Ghoulies here. We are once again on Dr. Destruction's Crimson Theater. Mariella has joined us. She's getting busy season, isn't it?
It's coming up. I'm getting excited.
Well, that's great to know. We got the big turkey is coming down the line. It looks like a lot of turkeys seem to be escaping or coming into people's houses and stuff. You've seen a lot of reports on that.
I saw that.
It's a rebellion.
It's all right. The more they're out, the more we can, start to herd them in for us.
The feast. So vampires do enjoy a little turkey?
I do, but I prefer them before they're cooked. A little rare.
A little rare, yes.
A little rare.
Like still alive.
Yeah. I like the night. I like the fight. Fight.
Yeah.
Trying to bite them and actually, taking them out. It's kind of enjoyable.
All right. Very cool. And of course, the season is coming upon us, and we have sort of a new holiday that's been popping up, and that's the celebration of all things Krampus.
Yeah, what is this? Is this like...
This is supposedly is another German for European folklore, similar to Santa Claus, only the difference is Santa Claus, if he sees that you're naughty, he's going to not give you any toys. Krampus, if he sees you're naughty, he comes and steals you, puts you in a pillowcase, and then whips you and it steals the children, and it's this horrible creature with horns and fur and teeth, and
my goodness!
And it's just become like a thing lately that people are discovering this part of history.
Wow!
And even if you look up old Victorian era Christmas cards, there's Victorian era Krampus as well. So, of course, with a film coming out, their film came out a couple years ago, which is pretty good actually. Have you seen it? The Krampus.
I haven't. I've heard of it. I've heard, little bits and pieces, seeing them pop up more and more. Like you said, it's getting a lot more popular. So
they have a good celebration in Milwaukee, lots of people in really cool costumes and torches and stuff.
Oh, that sounds
fun. It's a great, and isn't a great segue from to a little more Halloween, but Christmassy Halloween before Christmas.
Yeah, it's a nice break too. It's not all just Christmas down your throat. You get a little bit of some ghoulie action in there as well.
Get a little ghoulie action. Hey, that could be a new catchphrase.
We need it. The more ghouls, the better.
I like that one a lot. Anyway, I'm trying to do my own little Krampus night, not on the actual day, but December 1st at the Port.
Oh.
Amsdell will be coming down from Chicago to play with my band, the Roosevelt Owls. There'll be an art show, and maybe the old Krampus himself will show up.
You never know. I think with that many... unruly people out and about, he very well just might show up.
Yeah, unruly people downtown? You're kidding me.
You never know.
Our downtown's become much more unique than it used to be.
It is. We have a lot of wonderful people.
A lot of watering holes.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. We got to get our drinks somewhere.
Is that picture down there, that picture at that bar downtown with the gentleman in the white tuxedo walking down the street?
That would be, I believe... Mike Fechner and his
I believe that is. That's quite a legend. That's a legendary painting. Actually, you need to send me a picture of that next time.
I will.
Okay, please do that. Yeah, that might have to be a recreation.
Oh yeah, that would be very cool actually. I know it was done a while ago, so I'm sure we could use a nice updated one.
All right, sounds good. And of course, you sling drinks over there for unexpected victims.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Usually Friday nights or Saturdays, any day of the week actually. If you want to grab a drink, Feck's Place is the place to go.
And of course the Port, December 1st for the Roosevelt Dow Show, art show, maybe some, I know there'll be Krampus artwork available.
Krampus, all of it.
Yeah,
we're going to be there December 1st, all day.
It will be a blast at the Port, that's for sure. Oh, that's right, I've got this other thing though. I think we're doing it with Heart's Blood. That's at the 24th at the Public Brewing.
I heard about that actually.
Yeah, there's a band called what they're called the
is it Material Girls?
Material Girls. I think there's one girl in the band and a bunch of guys with makeup on. So that ought to be real interesting, and that's on the 24th. I'll be doing my Heart's Blood acoustic set with Heart's Blood.
That will be really exciting. I would love to see an acoustic set.
Really?
I would.
I'm trying to get it a little more electric though. We have a bass now and piano and but gotta check it out. Check out some Heart's Blood. Maybe there'll be a Heart's Blood appearance right here on the Crimson Theater. Anyway, we've got a great one for you tonight. Boris Karloff, all right, that's a big name for the Crimson Theater. And Jack Nicholson, I don't know if, no, definitely not his first horror film if you consider Little Shop of Horrors. But Nicholson was already being groomed to become a horror star, and he worked with Boris Karloff on this one, but he also worked on The Raven with Karloff, Vincent Price, and Peter Lorre. Now that's some heavy hitters right
Wow.
there. Yeah, so he cut his teeth early, and quite an interesting film. Good prints of this one are not easy to find. As a matter of fact, the best picture from this movie or scene I saw in high def or best quality was in a movie called Targets by Peter Bogdanovich. It was his first film.
Oh, wow.
And Roger Corman told him two things, what were the two things? Well, the one thing was that he had to have Boris Karloff in the movie, and he had to show scenes from The Terror for some reason. I don't know if that brought some extra residual money for that film, but nevertheless, here it is, The Terror on Dr. Destruction's Crimson Theater. Good creepy Karloff movie.
separated from my regiment at Arstadt. Do you have any drinking water? I'm very thirsty.
Clear water from the mountain.
Thank you. Hello. I'd like a word with you. You never said goodbye to me. In fact, you never even said hello. It isn't an act of treason to talk to me. I'm a weary, disillusioned soldier, and you're the only pleasant sight that I've seen in 7 months. Go ahead, it's permitted for you to laugh. Wait, you haven't told me your name.
My name's Elaine. Come on, I want to show you something.
What's wrong?
Rest yourself, young man. You're safe here. Here, take this for your strength. God knows help is a very rare thing in this forest. Take it whenever it's offered to you.
That bird, he attacked me.
I'm afraid you're wrong. She's quite harmless. Here. Hold out your arm. She only seems dangerous. Actually, she's very affectionate, which is very unusual for a girl.
Take it back.
Oh, that is too bad. Little girl liked him, didn't you? This is Gustav. He brought you here. Gustav fed your horse.
Where's Helene?
This is Helene.
No, not the bird. The girl. Where is the girl?
There is no girl.
Of course there's a girl. I saw her. She spoke to me.
Perhaps you were tired from your long journey and had a pleasant illusion. Gustav, have you ever seen a girl here? Gustav sometimes imagines things. If he could speak, I think we would find that his mind is warped. Such is the will of God, to endow and deprive. The only thing of beauty you'll find in this forest is Helene.
Hello. I was afraid you'd drown. So you are real. I started to think. Who are you? quicksand. The girl was trying to kill me.
She knows not what she does. Her will is not her own.
You mean she's insane?
Possessed. She needs your help.
Help? How can I help her?
The castle of the Baron von Lepp. You will find her there. I can say no more. There's great danger. Find Eric. Eric knows.
The ride to Colburn is long and far safer by day. If you leave now, you can rejoin your regiment by dusk.
Where is Gustav?
What do you want him for?
I want him to show me where the castle of the Baron von Lepp is.
No one's lived in the castle for years. And besides, Gustav has gone away for a few days.
Perhaps you'd show me the way to the castle.
Why are you so interested in the Baron?
I never said that I was. But the girl that I followed last night and spoke to, I believe that she lives there.
Told you. There is no girl.
That is nonsense. You recognize her, don't you?
No.
I'll find the castle myself.
No, wait! Don't go to the castle. I have told you the truth. There is no girl. Mark me, you are getting yourself into things beyond your understanding. Leave now, while you can.
I intend to find her.
Please don't tell the Baron that I am here.
Hello? Is anyone here? Hello? It's me, Andre. In the name of the government of France, I order you to open this door.
Your pardon, young sir. I was at my devotions. I did not hear you.
I'm sorry, sir, but surely I made enough noise to awaken the dead.
The government of France. I've seen the uniforms of many governments in my time. What would a soldier of France be wanting here?
Shelter, for one thing. Permit me to introduce myself, Lieutenant Andre Duvalier, 5th Chasseurs.
Baron Victor Frederick von Lepp. I suggest you will find better shelter at the Village Inn.
Thank you, Baron, but I've had my fill of village inns. Surely you wouldn't want to inconvenience a French officer.
Come in. What you see, Lieutenant, are the remains of a noble house. Relics, ghosts of past glories.
A noble heritage is something to be proud of, Baron. I'm afraid we've forgotten that in France.
Ah, yes. Your name, Duvalier, your family.
My father was the Comte de Valier. Was until they spilled his head into a basket one morning in the Place de la Concorde.
Forgive me for reviving painful memories. You must be cold and tired, Lieutenant. Some cognac?
I'd like that, Baron. Thank you.
Sit down. Stefan?
Yes, Baron.
Cognac for our guest.
Yes, Baron.
Baron, I wonder if I might ask, who was the young woman I saw in the window before you came to the door?
Young woman? Oh, I'm afraid you're mistaken.
No, I'm not mistaken. I saw her. Dark hair and eyes, about 20.
Well, I'm quite sure you think you saw someone, but...
Baron, I am in full possession of my faculties.
Please, allow me to show you something. You should never believe everything your eyes tell you, young man. Is that the girl you think you saw?
Yes, of course.
Before you say anything else, examine the portrait closely, the signature, and above all, the date.
$1786? But that's 20 years ago. It's incredible. It's the same girl and she hasn't changed a bit.
She has been dead for 20 years.
With all respect, Baron, for a ghost, she's a very active young woman.
You're speaking of the Baroness von Lepp, my wife.
I beg your pardon, Baron. I meant no offense. Perhaps the resemblance was not quite as much as I had thought. The girl at the window...
Lieutenant Duvalier, the only occupants of this castle are Stefan and myself. You are the first visitor since the turn of the century.
Of course, Baron.
Stefan will see you to your room.
Thank you.
Hello down there! I'm coming down. Wait for me!
right, unlock this door. Do you hear me? Unlock this door, I'm gonna shoot through the door.
There you are, Ghoulies. I hope you're enjoying tonight's horrifying melodrama. That's right, The Terror with Boris Karloff, who he managed to just keep working, and pretty good films, too.
Absolutely. I'm really enjoying Jack Nicholson's portrayal of his character, kind of coming up with the ghouliness and, you know, making us feel that sensation that we are kind of getting those chills.
Well, he's definitely wasn't going to be your mainstream leading man, that's for sure. And, of course, he went on a great thing. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Of course, The Shining. Who can forget him in The Shining?
Oh, absolutely.
Some great films. And then Wolf, which was really pretty good, actually. If you haven't seen that one, give it a chance. He was the first remake of The Joker. I mean, as far as a Tim Burton film, which is pretty funny when he says, this town needs an enema.
Right.
You gotta love it. He's pretty hilarious in that one. Or even in The Witches of Eastwick, he was Lucifer, I think he was supposed to be.
Oh, that's right. That's right. He's done so much. He's so talented.
Oh, right. He's one of them guys that's always kind of Jack Nicholson, though, when he does a part.
Yep. You know.
Just like Clint Eastwood, he's always the same character in a way, it seems like. But they make it interesting, that's what's...
Yeah, there's always a little twist. They know they can play that part, what they're looking for.
You know, sort of like Anthony Hopkins, who's done a large body of work, scaring people in the ventriloquist movie Magic, way before he was in, the number one cannibal, Hannibal Lecter, of course, from Turn Loose the Swans. But I saw him, I was staying away from it, so I have to back up a little bit. I discovered a movie back in 1984 called The Dresser with Albert Finney, and it's Shakespearean motivated about a theater company that is trying to still do Shakespeare while they're being bombed by the Germans in World War II.
Oh my gosh.
And they don't really, their cast of characters is rough because they've basically got a lot of really old men and young boys playing the parts because the rest of the guys they're fighting the war. So great movie by Anthony, great movie with Albert Finney. Great story. I always loved it. It's one of my top 10 movies. It's a drama. It's not a horror film. It does have some music that sounds like Hamer's Gorgon, though. And some of the sets on the stage, I think initially that's what grabbed me in. I caught it midway, and then I'm like, oh, I got to find out what this is. So they remade it with Anthony Hopkins, who's a lot older than I've seen him in a long time, you know. So I got to give him credit for being that old and pulling it off. But it was much more, I guess it was done more in a theatrical manner. It didn't have a lot of the sets and whatnot. I was just kind of like, you know, kind of why. I guess he was always kind of skeptical, Hopkins, of doing Shakespeare, kind of stayed away from it. And then, of course, he has to do it in this, and then he's doing another. He feels more comfortable or whatnot. But Anthony Hopkins is really a great actor. No doubt about that. But if you watch those two movies, you will realize what a master actor Albert Finney is. So, very cool stuff there.
Oh, I'll definitely have to look into those. I'm slacking a little bit.
Well, if I could put a top 10 of movies out there, people would be shaking their heads. So.
Hey, it's all right.
Yeah.
We need to have, you know, our special.
Now, say you happen to know a vampire and you want to give them something nice for Christmas that they really like. Well, obviously, a crucifix isn't one of those things. So how do you get around the, I mean, do you leave the Christ in Christmas, or do vampires tend to shy away from that for severe sunburn?
For that reason, I will say, when I came out for Halloween, I had a lot of people with their crucifixes out, so I actually had to stay a little bit more on the, down low than I was anticipating. So I'm hoping with Christmas time, we'll see. I know it is it is a good holiday involving Christ and whatnot, so there are a lot of crucifixes around. So we will see. We try to shy away from that part. I mean, everybody absolutely celebrate by all means. For us vampires, however, we tend to just make some good, nice, bloody meals, get a bunch of us together, and, enjoy Christmas vampire style.
And just maybe sneak up and take out a whole family around the Christmas tree?
Yeah. It involves a little bit more stealthiness than that. We can't take too many families. We got to pick one from this one and one from that one. So.
Very, very cool. I know somebody in the control room that ain't going to get a present this year if he doesn't stay off the phone. What is that, one of those 800 hayride numbers there, Ralph? Anything's possible where Piero's involved. Anyway, get right into it now. The Terror on Dr. Destruction's Crimson Theater.
Kept through the shadows, sir. He did not see me. He's a strange one, though. He shows no fear.
Well, he must leave at once.
You think perhaps he's not merely a traveler?
Why do you say that?
He might have heard things in the village.
Oh, nonsense. He's a soldier. He doesn't listen to old wives' tales. The important thing is that he leave with all due speed.
I shall see to it, sir.
But of his own accord. We must show him the respect his position and rank demand. Outwardly.
I understand, sir. Must you intrude on a dead as well as a living?
If I intrude, Stefan, I shall leave it to my host to so inform me.
Why have you come to Castle Von Lepp? What do you want here?
You seem to have things strangely confused in your mind. You're the servant, not I. I'll ask the questions. This was once a place of worship. Why have the holy objects been removed?
The Baron ordered it. When his wife, the Baroness Ilsa, passed away.
Then this became her tomb?
No, just the entrance to it. The Von Lepp family crypt lies below, beneath the cemetery. She rests there with 4 centuries of Von Lepps. That's been sealed for 20 years.
Nonsense. It must have been open last night. The girl must have passed through here.
As the Baron told you, sir, there is no girl.
No girl. Well, we shall see. Come with me to the stable, Stefan. I wish to attend to my horse.
Wait, Lieutenant. That's what I came to tell you. Your horse is gone. Apparently it bolted during the night.
Impossible. You're lying. Why?
No, sir, I'm not lying.
Hear me well, Stefan. I'm sick of all of these lies. First the old woman, then the Baron, and now you.
The old woman, you mean?
Never mind. What about my horse?
I shall get you another one from the village at once, sir. Believe me, Lieutenant, I have no desire to interfere with your departure from this castle.
You seem very anxious to be rid of me. Is it because you're afraid I might find out about Eric?
Eric?
So there is an Eric. That at least was not a lie.
Lieutenant, please, don't involve yourself in these dead matters. There is nothing here but an old man and his decaying memories. I beg of you, leave him in peace.
Will you join me, Lieutenant?
No, thank you, Baron. I've just come from the stables. My horse is gone.
Your horse is gone?
Yes, I believe it was stolen, Baron.
Oh, impossible, Dick. The stable door perhaps was left open and the animal bolted. Not an unusual thing.
In itself, no. But there are certain other mysteries I would like to have explained, Baron, and I mean to have them explained.
How dare you take that tone with me?
I don't mean to be abrupt, but I will have answers.
Well?
Now, why did you remove the portrait of the Baroness from the wall?
I sent it away for renovation. The dampness of these walls puts a mold on the pigment.
You evade very cleverly, Baron. Can you also explain the violin music and the girl in the chapel last night?
You saw her again?
So you admit there's a girl?
Ilsa.
Ilsa, is that her name? Answer me, Baron.
Please, please, leave me in peace.
If I leave you now, Baron, I will come back with a company of my men and I will tear this place down around your ears until I find her. Is that clear?
Very clear.
All right, now what happened to the Baroness? Was her death violent?
Yes, her death was violent.
How did she die?
You spare me nothing. 20 years ago, I was not the man you're looking at now. This land, this estate prospered. My people lived well and were happy. My wife had died some years before, and I was lonely. And one day in the village, I saw Ilsa, a peasant girl who'd come to live there with her mother. Oh, I could have taken her. Nobles have taken the daughters of peasants since the beginning of time, but I loved her. And she became the Baroness von Lepp. Almost immediately afterwards, I was called away for military service, a rebellion in the Polish province. I was gone for nearly a year. When the fighting was over, I hurried home to my bride. No one knew of my coming. I surprised her in her room. She was not alone. She laughed at me, said her bed was not for me to find another. With my own hands, I killed her.
And her lover?
Stefan took care of him. Later, I gave out a story that she had died of some malaise. No one ever knew of her betrayal of me, or how, in fact, she did die.
Except for Stefan.
For 20 years, I've not set foot beyond the walls of this castle. I've lived here alone, but the memory of the dreadful thing I did that night, that is my penance.
And now you believe what? That the ghost of Ilsa has come back to relieve you of your penance? Is that it?
Yes.
How long has the spirit been coming to the castle?
It all began 2 years ago. At first I was terrified, but now I'm eager for our every meeting.
One more question, Baron. Has anyone else except yourself seen the spirit? Stefan, for instance.
You think I'm mad, don't you?
Right now, Baron, I'm not sure just what I think.
But don't forget, you saw her too. Perhaps we're both mad.
Ilsa. The name sounds strange to me here by the sea.
It is your name. Don't you remember?
My name is Helene. The old woman told me.
She lies.
She summoned me from the sea.
You must go back. Your soul is troubled, Ilsa.
Go back? To Eric?
To the sea.
Only when the sea enters the crypt. We shall rest there together, he and I, beneath the sea.
It is an evil thing. You must not do it, Ilsa.
I must obey the old woman.
The Frenchman, he can help you, Ilsa.
Andre? The old one calls. She warns you, Gustav. Do not interfere. She's been patient with you long enough, but no more.
Tetragrammaton, tetragrammaton. Metroton usagla. Metheos sabaioth. O powers of darkness, let the spirit of Ilsa sink deeper, deeper into this mortal form. Helene, be as though you never were. Spirit of Ilsa, see through these eyes. Speak through these lips. Do my bidding. For only then shall you find release from your torment. You are becoming stronger now. Quite strong. Soon you shall have the strength to carry out my vengeance. Vengeance. And the dark powers will set you free, for I have promised them a richer price.
Good afternoon.
Who are you?
An appropriate question, but I'm afraid I'm the one who should be doing the asking. I'm invited in, of course.
What do you want of me?
You realize that this is the property of the Baron Victor von Lepp? And that is forbidden for any of the villagers to set foot here, much less make it their home? How long have you been living here?
Only 2 months.
Perhaps I should tell you. You see, I've just come from Kleinschmidt, where you are not totally unknown. You've lived here slightly more than 2 years. Your name is Katerina, and you originally come from Kolben, where you were quite unpopular because of, certain activities. They call you Katerina the Heretic, the Witch.
They were fools.
Why do you live here? What do you want?
I haven't any money. This was the only place that wasn't burned to the ground, so I brought my things in here.
Where did you find the girl?
Is no girl.
I saw her. She was sitting in this chair.
There is no girl.
I know what she is. Old woman, I know what she is. Listen to me, and listen to me very carefully. I don't know what you want, nor do I fully understand your black abilities. But if the two of you have not returned to Kolben within one night, I shall come back here and kill you with my own hands, and burn this place to the ground once and for all.
And you know who once lived here all those years ago?
You know who lived here?
Eric.
Has the Frenchman gone?
No.
Why not?
He now refuses to leave. I don't think he will leave of his own accord.
He must. I gave you definite orders.
Baron, no one knows this officer is here. If he should never arrive in Copeland.
Are you suggesting that...
It's the only way.
That I will never countenance. God knows I have enough upon my conscience without the senseless murder of a young man who never harmed me.
How do you know what harm he plans? You want him wandering around the castle? Do you want him down in the crypt?
Enough. The crypt is no concern of yours.
Come to me. Come, Margaret. I need you.
Where are you?
What is the meaning of this intrusion?
I'm sorry, Baron. I thought I heard voices.
Does that give you the right to burst into my room unannounced?
I beg your pardon, Baron.
Stefan has gone to the village to get you another horse. It will save us both embarrassment if he will leave the moment he returns.
There can be no doubt of it, sir.
Ilsa?
You're doing the best thing, Lieutenant. The Baron often does things which may seem strange to you and me, but the death of the Baroness was a severe shock to him. One from which I fear he has never fully recovered.
I understand completely, Stefan. Tell me something, Stefan.
If I can.
Who is Eric?
You recall the Baron spoke of returning from the war and finding the Baroness with another?
Yes?
Eric was that other.
Gustav.
She has seen you. She loves you. You must help her. Tonight, her soul cries out for release. Go back.
I've waited for you so long.
I've been searching for you, to help you, but you wander in strange places at strange hours.
You're really here.
Of course I'm here. And I'll never leave you again.
Never. When the night comes, I get cold. My arms and my shoulders get cold. I don't like the night. I want to be free of it.
You are free.
Only in here, in this holy place.
No. Everywhere with me. You must come away with me now.
No, I can't. Not until...
Until what?
The crypt. It must be destroyed. And with it, the dead.
Don't speak of the dead anymore. You're with me now.
I am possessed of the dead.
You're a warm, living woman. Who has told you these things?
The dead.
In Paris, they're doing wonderful things to discover the nature of the mind. I'll take you there. There are doctors who can free you from this.
From the dead?
The dead cannot reach out from the grave. You must come away with me now.
No. I'm afraid. The night.
There's nothing to be afraid of. You see? Love me and there is no fear.
Yes, Andre. I do love you.
Then come away with me. Wait here. It's all right.
My love, you are not alone. I am here with you now. Soon I will join you in eternal sleep. Stefan will flood the crypt and seal us here together with our love. Elsa. 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 Why do you not talk to me?
I am here, Victor. I've been waiting for you.
My love. My love.
Hi, Ghoulies. Here we are with Adolfo, who we all know from Days of the Dead horror convention. But you live in the area now.
I do.
And you now work for our very own Safe Harbor Humane Society, right?
I do.
Is that the actual title now?
Yeah, the Safe Harbor Humane Society. I'm actually their volunteer coordinator and foster coordinator. So I'm wearing a couple of different hats for the nonprofit organization. With me today is Lil. We're gonna say hi to Lil. She's got a cone of shame going on because she's
cone of shame.
She's on the mend, but
Okay.
we're hoping to have her a little better soon. I've actually been taking care of Lil since she was 4 weeks old. She's about 3 months now. Her other siblings, Tommy, Chucky, and Phil, who were part of our Rugrats group, got adopted. And Lil just when she heals up a little better, hopefully in the next week or two, we'll be able to put her up for adoption as well.
Okay. Very good.
know,
She might be a very famous cat after this broadcast.
She's very famous.
After all, we have millions of people across Kenosha watching and elsewhere. But that's really great. And we've definitely had a lot of new people move in the area, and it's been a positive thing.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, and I moved to Kenosha about 7 years ago myself, 6 years ago, and
Yeah, I guess it has been that long already.
Yeah, it's been a while, but it's been fun to see the city grow and new things come in. It's been sad to see a few of them go, like Pazzo downtown, which I really enjoyed. But you know, just to see more buildings coming up and more independent businesses flourishing and stuff like that. So
well, there's something coming. They're restoring that hotel now, which I never thought I'd see.
Yeah.
And they also there's another one being built in another building, so something's coming.
Yeah. But as far as Lil here, I'm currently fostering her, like I said. As the foster coordinator, what we do is when we get stray cats or kittens, every now and then puppies, but usually it's cats or kittens, in the summer as things warm up, cats tend to procreate a little bit more, and we'll get dozens of kittens a day. And until they reach the age of 8 weeks and about 2 pounds in weight, they're not ready to be spayed or neutered. So what we'll do is we'll place them in a temporary foster home so that they can develop their immune systems, get healthy, be out of a shelter. Be out of a shelter environment where they may get sick, and then when they're ready to be fixed, we go ahead and set them up with a surgery and put them up for adoption.
There you go. I couldn't foster. I couldn't give it up.
Yeah, you know, that's one of the challenges of fostering. But I do know some fosters, you know, when they see like kind of all that it takes to take care of so many cats. I mean, and you have cats, you know how it goes. I think they understand the responsibility that it takes. I mean, people ask me all the time, like, how do you not go home with 35 cats, a week? And just seeing how much work goes into them, it would be unfair for them to
my black
to do
one,
that.
who is named Halloween, is not much bigger than that, and she's 7
wow.
years old.
Wow.
So it's like a constant kittenness going on.
That's fun. Yeah, so, you know, we're always looking for fosters. We're always looking for volunteers. I do the volunteer coordination for Safe Harbor. Some of the things that we rely on volunteers to help us with, walking our dog, socializing with cats. Socializing involves just kind of petting them, interacting with them. People often ask me, like, seriously, like, I just pet cats and that's useful to you? But we get cats in all the time that are sometimes feral, sometimes fearful, have different, different degrees of sociability. And so getting them used to interacting with people makes them more adaptable, makes them more friendly. You know, when I first got Lil, she was very fearful and kind of hid a lot. But as you can see now, she's anything but.
Right.
We interact with them daily, but it's usually to give vaccines, to give medicine. It's one big trip to the doctor.
That's a lot of work over there. And
nobody likes the doctor. So
once again, where is the Safe Harbor?
Safe Harbor Humane Society. It's right off of 75, across from the Ocean Spray Building, next to Barth Storage. You can check us out at safeharborhumane.org. Hi, and you can fill out applications to volunteer, foster, adopt,
or
see our animals online, or just pet a kitty. Come by, pet a kitty. Give them some love. We have dogs. We have rabbits. Hot. She's just loving it. But yeah, just come down and check us out. And you know, like I said, we're always looking for volunteers, for people to help us out. Donations, food,
cat food,
linens.
Kitten food's a big thing.
Kitten food is a huge thing. Even office supplies, blankets, towels, washcloths. We'll use any of it. We'll get creative.
Very good. I hope everybody does that.
Yeah. I mean, as the shelter, we take 80% of our revenue, our overhead to run the shelter from donations. 20% of it comes from the county and our contract with taking in strays. So we definitely exist by the will and generosity of the public. So, you know, always looking for help, never turning it down.
All right, that sounds great.
Thank you.
You know what you must do.
Anything I will do, that I dare not. Do not ask me, I beg of you.
You must, or we can never be together.
No, I cannot, I dare not.
Look at me, Victor.
Elsa, why do you torment me so?
You must do it, Victor. Only then can we be together. Only then, Victor.
I cannot. I dare not. My soul will be damned to eternal perdition.
Let me see who you really are. No! Don't go back! You must not! No! No! Let me go! What kind of a woman are you? Where are you? Who are you? Helene!
Is there a doctor in the village?
His illness is not of the flesh. I've seen this before. In a day or two, his mind will return. We can only wait.
The Baron tells me you've been with him since the Polish campaign.
That is true.
Then you must have been in this castle for 20 years. You must know every section of the estate. He's regaining consciousness.
No. He often moans during these seizures.
You have keys. Fetch them. I'd like to see the chapel.
The chapel?
Yes, if you don't mind.
Hinges are rusted solid.
Do you have a crowbar?
Yes, come with me.
What is it?
That light there. That's the Baroness's bedroom in the tower. The room's been sealed ever since that night. Not even the Baron would enter.
Come with me.
Where's the key? Only the Baron has the key to this lock. Lieutenant, don't! The Baron should find out we've entered this room.
Did the Baroness have a child?
I don't know. I never thought she did.
You spare me nothing.
Baron, if you'll permit me, I think that I can explain.
Stefan.
Forgive me, Baron. I only wanted
Stefan!
to...
Take this gun. Escort this gentleman from the castle. If he resists, kill him.
Yes, Baron. Lieutenant.
My love. My love.
I'm here, Victor.
I'm weary, Elsa. My soul cries out for relief.
There is but one way, Victor.
No. The holy covenants of God forbid it.
You will be forgiven.
I could be sure.
Take your life as you took mine. Let your own hand destroy you and bring us together forever. Forever. No more torment, Victor. Forever. Forever.
I will, Elsa. I will.
I promise you, Lieutenant, if you return to Von Lepp Castle, I shall not hesitate to kill you.
Why did you lie to me about the girl? Call it off.
Doesn't matter now. You're too late. Tonight he damns himself. Yes, even now she taunts him to his own eternal doom.
You control the girl just as you control that bird. How? Mesmerism?
Mesmerism, you fool.
Why? Answer me, old woman, or I'll break your neck.
To avenge myself on the Baron von Lepp. She will drive him to God's one unpardonable sin. Suicide.
For what offense? What has the Baron done to you?
He killed my son, Eric.
Eric was your son?
Yes. And tonight the Baron pays for Eric's life with his own immortal soul.
She spoke of destroying the crypt.
Too late. Too late.
Where's the Baron?
We must get to him. He's locked himself in the crypt.
Eric is avenged.
Eric avenged?
She's used the girl as a puppet to drive the Baron to suicide.
But why?
She thinks it was the Baron that killed her son. She never knew it was you.
What do you mean? He killed my Eric.
Eric is her son?
You murderer!
No, wait! Don't you see now it was all a lie? The Baron did return that night to find Eric with the Baroness, and he did kill her. But there was a struggle, and in the fight, it was not Eric who died, but the Baron. I killed the Baron.
Then Eric is still alive?
He took the Baron's place, and for 20 years, no one has known. But he took the Baron's place in mind as well as body. In his mind, he is the Baron von Lepp.
The crypt. She's told him to flood the cellars. Now they'll both be killed. Eric!
Flood the cellars? How?
There's a tunnel that leads from the sea to the crypt.
Come with me.
He's locked it from the inside.
You keep on here. I'll try and get in through the chapel. I may need you.
No, not the chapel. I may not enter the house of God. I have made my pact with another. No, Joseph, no!
Years of my love, this time forever.
Now, Victor. Now. I'm waiting. Hurry, Victor, hurry. Now, Victor, bring the sea into the crypt to mantle us forever. We will be together again, Victor. Together with our love here beneath the sea. Come to me, my love. Draw the veil. Look at me. And see how eagerly I await your embrace.
What have you done to me?
I have damned you as you damned me. The part of me that loved you lies there, Victor, rotting in the coffin. Look at it. See what your evil love has done to me and die with that vision in your brain.
Why have you done this to me?
I am the spirit of Ilsa that your unholy sin gave over to the dark powers. But now, by giving your immortal soul to them, I will be free, Eric.
You're safe now. It's over. It's over. Do you understand? You're free now.
Free? Andre.
There you are, Ghoulies. I hope you enjoyed The Terror with Jack Nicholson as much as I did. Fine feature, and you can see his road to The Shining was coming up. You've seen The Shining a few times.
Love it. I love The Shining. I really enjoyed watching The Terror with him and seeing, you know, more of his beginner films and his horror kind of coming out with that. So that was enjoyable for me. I'm really excited now to kind of dive a little bit deeper and to see how his characters start to develop.
Well, they got
Each one,
speaking
you know.
of digging deeper, you know, there's 3 Creature from the Black Lagoon movies. One of the most exciting, though, to me was always the Revenge of the Creature, because they bring him into California or into Florida in a aquarium setting, you know, to put him on display. Anyway, there is just a little part with Clint Eastwood in that movie, and he's like totally a bumbling scientist or a helper, and they totally demean him in the movie too. It's really crazy to see that, you know. And it's when he was really, really young. And of course, he did the Rawhide TV show, which was just like a Western show. I don't know if that got a lot of episodes of that Rawhide. And of course, once he went and started making those Italian Westerns, that's when he became big.
Yep. Can't blame him. Shined in him.
He's making another movie? I've seen something like the last one or Never Again, or I don't know.
I feel like I saw something about
I
that
saw something. I know it. I'll have
Somewhere.
to get the details on that and find out that he's pretty old to still make a movie. I always thought perfect setting, you know. Death rides a pale horse. Have him be this, you know, the cowboy or the gunfighter. He's a ghost. And especially he looks so scary now, you know.
Yeah.
I think that could be a really cool thing. I think wasn't last Western he did, what was that called? The Unforgiven? I think that might have been his swan song out of the Western. I don't think he's made any Westerns since then.
No, I don't think. Yeah, I think you're right. It might be the last one, Western-wise.
I know that. Yeah, he hasn't done anything.
No, he's kind of been under the radar.
He's been out of the Western scene. I don't know. Is there people still making Westerns anymore? That used to be a thing.
They were popular. I mean, honestly, I'm not sure. I will say I've been watching a lot of the old Western TV shows lately on TV. But, you know, I enjoy watching that and seeing all of the old country and the cowboys. And
as a matter of fact, I do love the Southport Library.
Oh, I do too.
And I went there and I checked out, what did I get? They have actually a great selection of stuff. But they had the recent Raven movie that they had made with John Cusack playing Edgar Allan Poe. And I had that and something else, and the librarian's like, oh, yeah, something scary again, I suppose. And then she goes, I just like to cuddle up with a John Wayne movie. I'm like, oh, okay.
All right, and you're like, next time, take a selection from me.
Terrible conditions here on Crimson Theater. Well, another same kind of funny thing. Pumpkin Farm at the Gypsy booth, and you know, sometimes you get people that are a lot of fun out there. And you know, they'll come up to and they'll ask if it's scary, and you know, a lot of times I'll tell the kids, well, it's not as scary as what's crawling around in your bed at home or hiding in your closet, something like that.
Yeah.
And she goes, well, I wouldn't want you crawling around my closet at home. She said that to me.
Oh boy, you never know you're gonna pop up.
You never know what's gonna happen on the Pumpkin Farm, that's for sure. People it was a good year out there. A lot of good people came out and had a good time and they just weren't complaining. It was nice.
That's awesome. I have a question. So I saw that Jerry Smith has a sister store.
Oh, Green Acres.
Green Acres, right on the corner of what is that 50 or 60?
Highway 50 and 60. Highway 50 and 60th Street on the corner. And they're doing some Christmassy things. I was thinking Krampus might make an appearance over there. We'll have to talk to the Smiths about that. But looked like they were going to try to make some little eventy things happen. It is very cool for Christmas, that shop. I mean, it really has the feel of
a nice little Christmas wonderland.
Yeah, I mean, it could be a Christmas store in the Waltons TV show. I mean, it's like vintage, old, cool place to go. I'm glad you mentioned that they were doing that over there. But that's been there for a long time. As a matter of fact, I named that place.
I didn't know that. See, I know of their store, you know, on that corner. I've been there multiple times. They have incredible produce and goods and whatnot, and wreaths and things like that, and trees. I just never knew that they were their sister store. So I was really interested to learn that.
Yeah, that started up, I want to say, it was 1994. And I did a painting on the side of the building of that old truck.
Oh.
And that was the International Harvester. Oh. So Jerry was going to call it the Harvester. You know, and he goes, unless you got any ideas? How about Green Acres is the place to be? Farm living is the life for me.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, so they listened to me and came to Green Acres.
There you go.
It kind of could be in Hooterville.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
You have no idea what I'm talking about, do you?
Did you say Whoville or Hooterville?
Hooterville, not the Hooters.
Yeah, no,
I'm not
not.
talking about Petticoat Junction. It was an old TV show, and the town was Hooterville. I think that's where Green Acres took place. Green Acres, and Petticoat Junction, and even the Beverly Hillbillies are kind of crossover. They end up in each other's shows. It's a weird thing.
Oh, that's always fun, though.
Yeah, all those old 60s TV shows, boy. We had it made.
Definitely entertaining.
Yeah. Definitely entertaining, and most of them had absolutely nothing that could connect to actual reality. All them shows didn't. There was silly nonsense. You know, I Dream of Jeannie, Beverly Hillbillies. Take something like Gilligan's Island or Brady Bunch. I mean, we're totally in a non-reality in those.
Oh, yeah. I watch a lot of those, actually. I have just over-the-air TV at home, so I enjoy watching a lot of the older shows, like I Dream of Jeannie and whatnot. Sometimes I'll catch good Twilight Zones in the middle of the night. Those are my favorite.
Barbara Eden. There's one foxy lady there.
I love her outfits.
And I always like the cartoon, the intro, too.
Yeah.
And then Bewitched, another show. I think they're probably on at the same time.
Yep, they come like right after.
Bewitched, he had the cartoon intro, too. I used to think that was so cool.
I love it. So, makes me want to, like, be a genie and a little witch.
Well, that, and then, of course, the Rudolph animated thing should be on. Rudolph's a perfect one to watch.
Yeah.
And so is The Grinch with Boris Karloff. Now, they try to remake it a couple times. There's another one in this. It just, you can't.
Yeah.
You know.
Classics are the best. I also enjoy, you know, was it the Meisner brothers or whatnot?
Oh, the Heat Miser.
Yeah, I like theirs too.
Very cool, interesting stuff. Always had a little bit of an aspect of horror in Christmas. So you know, so if you're a horror fan, you got to find a way to enjoy it. You might not enjoy The Relatives all.
Yeah, it's usually you get in, you start having your fun, and then you're ready to get out and have a drink.
Just make sure to throw some edibles in the punch, and everything will probably chill out with The Relatives real quick, right?
Oh, real quick. Maybe not too quick, but it'll get
Just
there.
imagine if there was a Dr. Destruction shaped edible.
Do that.
People would freak. Hey,
you might be onto something.
Michigan is now recreationally legal now.
All right.
And that, I mean, so that Upper Peninsula is going to make it pretty easy for all that to get here, like it already is anyway.
Oh, absolutely. It's definitely a big step for the Midwest coming around here.
Right. I sure hope the war on terror goes better than the war on drugs did.
Can only hope for the best.
But our little plant can't hurt anybody. Said Jack Nicholson ever. Anyway, Ghoulies, you have a horrifying week. We'll see you next time on Dr. Destruction's Crimson Theater. We're always having a good time. Hey, we're eagerly approaching the 17th year anniversary as well as of the beginning of the 18th season. We got to remodel this place.
We got to do something. I can bring in a whole bunch of vampires. We can, help you get up to the top of the castle.
Oh, I got you. Yeah, I can do some painting up there.
Yeah, paint it
I mean,
up.
once that's dusted off, it'll look a lot like the Sistine Chapel, I tell you.
Oh, beautiful.
All right, Ghoulies.
Kenosha Community Media. Kenosha Community Media serving the greater Kenosha area for over 30 years. Kenosha Community Media is your TV station. You are Kenosha Community Media.
On one college campus, 5 students converge on one class.
Oh, this was a class on Poe, not some sort of psych class.
I figured since it's the weekend, we could get started right away.
Saying this guy's an ass clown.
Where the hell do you think I'm from?
We don't know. You won't tell us.
Focus, people.
So he buried an axe in her skull. He then does what any sane gentleman would do. Walls her up in the basement. You got something to say, Midnight? On that note, go.
People get away with things all the time, right?
Quiet!
It seems that Dr. Lynch has taken an unexpected and indefinite leave of absence.
Reginald Lynch's body was discovered in a forest on the western edge of the campus grounds.
And Sister Mary says, that's a hard one.
I dismembered the corpse and hid it within the floorboards.
Thanks for tuning in to Channel 14, Kenosha Community Television. Remember to tune into my program, Just Talkin', shown right here, Tuesday and Wednesday nights at 8:30 p.m. until 9 p.m. on Channel 14. On the program, we cover community events, talk to nonprofit organizations, and who knows, we may bump into a celebrity now and then. So remember to tune in to Just Talkin' Tuesday and Wednesday nights at 8:30 p.m. right here on Channel 14.
Late at night, the doctors and the TV do give them a fright. The movies are cheesy and so's the host. Look out, honey, here's 13 ghosts. And Dr. Destruction's Crimson Theater, Bill the Monster, Eater. And Dr. Destruction's Crimson Theater, Dr. Destruction's Crimson Theater, please, come on. Showtime, ghoulies. My fingers are burning. Time on Dr. Destruction's Crimson Theater. Have a horrifying week, coolies. Thanks for coming.
Love you, dearest.
Screaming relaxes me so.
my monster from his slab began to rise, and suddenly, to my surprise,
He did the mash,
he did the monster mash.
the monster mash.
It was a graveyard